The larger of the two main islands, Antigua, is 108 square miles or 280 square kilometers. Redonda, an uninhabited rocky small island, and Barbuda, a coral island originally known as Dulcinea, are island dependencies measuring 0.5 square miles or 1.3 square kilometers and 62 square miles or 161 square kilometers respectively. Antigua and Barbuda, a dual island nation in the West Indies, east-southeast of Puerto Rico and 100 kilometers north of Guadeloupe. Antigua and Barbuda is part of a Leeward Islands and consists of two inhabited main islands, Antigua and Barbuda, and a number of smaller islands, and the small uninhabited Redonda Island, about 50 kilometers west-southwest of Antigua. The island nation shares maritime borders with St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, UK, Montserrat, UK, and Saint Barthélemy, France. With an area of 442 kilometers, the islands are slightly smaller than Andorra, or about 2.5 times the size of Washington, D.C. The highest elevation on the archipelago is Mount Obama, formerly Bogo Peak, with 402 meters or 1,309 feet. The hill is located on the island of Antigua. It is named after U.S. President Barack Obama. Antigua boasts the largest expanse of freshwater in the whole of the Caribbean. Portsmouth Dam is a man-made lake nearly 2 kilometers long by 1 kilometer wide. Country's flag: red with an inverted triangle having two sides of equal length based on the top edge of the flag. The triangle contains three horizontal bands of black top, light blue, and white, with a yellow rising sun in the black band. The sun symbolizes the dawn of a new era. Black represents the African heritage of most of the population. Blue is for hope, and red is for the dynamism of the people. The V stands for victory. The successive yellow, blue, and white coloring is also meant to evoke the country's tourism attractions of sun, sea, and sand. Antigua means old in Spanish. The island was discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1493 and named after the Church of Santa Maria la Antigua, Old St. Mary's, in Seville, according to tradition. Barbuda means bearded in Spanish. The adjective may refer to the indigenous people's alleged beards or the island's bearded fig trees. The Cibone were the first people to settle in Antigua and Barbuda about 2400 BC. But when Columbus landed on his second journey in 1493, the islands were populated by Arawak Indians. In 1667, an English colony replaced the early Spanish and French settlement. Slavery, which had been introduced on Antigua to manage the sugar plantation, was abolished in 1834. In 1981, the islands were admitted to the British Commonwealth of Nations as an independent state. Hurricane Irma hit Barbuda on September 6, 2017, wreaking havoc on the island and prompting the island's residents to flee to Antigua. Almost all of Barbuda's structure were destroyed and the vegetation was stripped bare, but Antigua was spared the worst of the damage. Government type: parliamentary democracy under a constitutional monarch, a Commonwealth realm. Population: 99,175, July 2021 estimates. Ranked 196 by population in the world, 2021 estimates. Population distribution: the island of Antigua is home to approximately 97% of the population. Nearly the entire population of Barbuda live in Codrington. Capital and largest city: St. John's, 27,000 people, 2011 estimates. Named after St. John the Apostle. Other large cities: English Harbour, Codrington, capital of Barbuda. Local currency: East Caribbean dollar. Languages: English official, Antiguan Creole. Ethnicity: African descent, 87.3%. Mixed, 4.7%, Hispanic 2.7%, White 1.6%, Others 2.7%, Unspecified 0.9%. 2011 estimates. Religion, mostly Christian. Literacy rate, people aged 15 and over who have completed 5 or more years of schooling, 99%. Male, 98.4. Female, 99.4. 2015 estimates. Economic summary, GDP, $1.64 billion, 2021 estimates. Natural resources, pleasant climate, foster tourism. Tourism is the main industry in Antigua. Antigua and Barbuda's economy is still dominated by tourism, which accounts for roughly 60% of GDP and 40% of investment. The agricultural production of the Dual Island Republic is mostly for the local market, and it is hampered by a restricted water supply and a labor shortage caused by the allure of higher earning in tourism and construction. Manufacturing consists of enclave-style assembly for export, with bedding, handcrafts, and electrical components being main exports. Antigua's economy, like that of other countries in the region, was severely impacted by the worldwide economic recession in 2009. Between 2009 and 2011, the country experienced the collapse of its largest private sector employer, a dramatic drop in tourism, a surge in debt, and a sharp economic downturn. Hurricanes Irma and Maria wreaked havoc in the Caribbean in 2017, and Barbuda was not exception. In the longer term, economic growth will continue to be dependent on arrival of tourists from the United States, Canada, and Europe and other countries, and could be hampered by natural disasters. The government hopes for a new citizenship by investment program to decrease public debt and stimulate growth, as well as a resolution of a WTO dispute with the United States. Major export partners: Poland, Suriname, United Arab Emirates, 2019. Major import partners: United States, Poland, and China. Climate: in the winter, temperatures are in the mid-70s, while in the summer, they are in the mid-80s. The sunniest of the Eastern Caribbean islands, with an annual rainfall of only 45 inches, and northeast trade breeze that are practically constant, with only a brief pause in September. Low humidity all year, little seasonal temperature variation. U.S. Antigua and Barbuda relations. Since its independence from the British Commonwealth of Nations in 1981, Antigua and Barbuda has had good relations with the United States. Because of Antigua and Barbuda's proximity to maritime shipping lanes, the U.S. and Antigua and Barbuda formed a series of anti-narcotic and anti-crime treaties and accords in the 1990s. On November 1, 1981, Antigua and Barbuda gained independence from the Commonwealth of Nations, with Queen Elizabeth as the first queen and Right Honorable Ver Cornwell Baird as the first prime minister. On the same day, the United States elevated the Consulate General in St. John's to embassy status, recognizing Antigua and Barbuda as an independent country. On November 1, 1981, the United States established diplomatic relations with Antigua and Barbuda when the Consulate General in St. John's was elevated to embassy status. Paul Bynes was the principal officer. Ambassador Milan D. Bish was a resident of Bridgetown, Barbados, when he presented his credentials on January 8, 1982. On June 30, 1994, the American embassy in St. John's was closed. Ambassadors to Antigua and Barbuda after that stayed in Bridgetown, Barbados. To aid American citizens, the United States maintained a consular post in St. John's. Fascinating facts about Antigua and Barbuda. Cricket, a legacy from British reign in the country, is extremely popular among residents of these islands. Despite its small population, the country has produced some of cricket's finest players, including Viv Richard, Richie Richardson, Andy Roberts, and Cotley Ambrose. Hi everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it has been informative. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos like this, kindly like this video, share with others, leave a comment in the comment section, and also kindly subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed yet. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and look out for the next video.